Charlie Parsons, Fight Hub TV, delighted to be joined here in New York with a man who's sort of Mr. Worldwide, aren't you, Dean? How you doing, Dean Whyte?
I'm all good, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Let's jump into it. Taylor Serrano, you're here. A lot of Irish fans out. Excited for the fight?
You know, obviously New York's known for its heritage of Irish fans. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So they, they're always going to come out in their numbers. You know what I mean? Just like when Mick Conlan fights here and so on. You know what I mean? But yeah, exciting, man. Because look, everyone's talking. I think they've made Serrano the favourite. A lot of people are saying that she's going to do her thing. I think Taylor's had a few fights where they've not been the best, and people are questioning her. But I think, come on, man, get you in. Come on, champ. You get me? And
if I hide behind you, you can't even see me.
I probably wouldn't be able to see you. You're right. Look. See, look.
What do you make of Jake Paul's involvement in the fight? It's sort of a selling factor in itself. We saw Eddie and Jake yesterday do a little scrum, hundreds of thousands of views. And you know what? A lot of people are saying, look, they've made it the Jake and Eddie show. But Amanda Serrano herself said, I'm happy with Jake's involvement because it's brought my profile up.
Jake, them boys there, the Logans, they've raised the bar. They've done that YouTube thing and they've got the millions of followers and subscribers. The people, the hardcore, die-hard people who view their stuff and come and buy their stuff. You know, I was told yesterday that I don't know how true this is, but someone said about 70% of the sales is probably due to him. So I don't know how true that is, but that person who it is, I got a feeling they would know kind of what they were talking about. So it would be a reliable source. But those guys, like I say, they do their thing. They're bringing the razzmatazz and the big time to it, and it's America. They're from America, so like you said, it's helped Serrano become a millionaire. I think she was saying, she was kind of, I think, in a bit of a no man's land a little bit before she joined forces with him. So
there's a lot of female boxers up.
But obviously Eddie started the trend with it, and then obviously he seems like the end user. So I think if you end up signing with him, you probably become a millionaire quicker.
Hearn with Hearn.
Well, you know what I mean. So let's see.
I got to ask you, last weekend, Dillian'S Whyte against Tyson Fury. First time catching up with you, obviously seen you about last week. Wasn't to be for Dillian. Just your reflection on the fight itself.
It's just one of them, obviously we're gutted and heartbroken, man. We couldn't really, obviously, Dillian was boxing to a game plan. And, I could see, obviously there was a lot of wrestling and tussling. It was always going to be, a hard task trying to face someone of the caliber of Tyson Fury with his experience. Obviously they were wrestling, there was the elbows, there was the head clash, there was many little factors. But I felt our path was going to come in the second half. But obviously for him, he was having to chase the fight a little bit too much, and then overreaching, and then he came square and got obviously countered by that uppercut, and the rest is history. You know what I mean?
Well, I've got to ask you about the comments he did on an interview with Sky. He said that the push forced him to land on his head, and that was sort of what did the damage. I've got to get your thoughts on that. Eddie Hearn has said he's not so sure himself.
Well, look. Do you know in anything, if you're already on unsteady feet and you push, what happens? I don't need to go into and say if he's right or she's right. It's just what it is. And it was quite a hefty push. Just like to say if you had a street fight, you punch someone, it was buzzing on their feet, standing there, and you push them over and they hit their head. What normally tends to happen, they get concussion or they can fracture their skull and end up dead. So you know what I mean? But look, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it was a peach of a shot. And this is heavyweight boxing, and it only takes one shot. You make a mistake, and it's good night, Irene. And unfortunately, we was on the losing side. Obviously, it was Dillian's first world title, and it was a long time coming. 95 or 94,000 people.
It's just the inactivity maybe played a little key.
Possibly. I think I was saying to someone I would have liked to maybe him to get in a little bit before, shake off a bit of ring rust. But at the end of the day, it was always going to be difficult because it was Tyson Fury. I don't think it was impossible to toss because I don't think he was being outclassed. I don't think there was much in the fight. Both guys were quite, negating stuff, and they were boxing to a plan and kind of, trying to work on stuff. And that's what high-level boxing is.
Tyson Fury next, he said he's going to retire, but we know Tyson says a lot of things. As Paris himself says, he does a lot of things. We'll wrap this up quickly. Do you expect Tyson Fury to fight again?
I will see him again, probably in an exhibition though. That's what he said.
Dean, thank you very much for your time.